G'day, guys.
Morning, morning, morning.
Morning, mate.
And
Um, oh, no camera.
hi Hayden, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm just testing out my new headset, so you can hear me loud and clear, can you?
Yeah, nice and clear.
Good stuff. Can you hear my TV in the background?
Nah, kind of nothing.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because the other devices were picking up the TV too much, so I've got me a new one now, so hopefully this works fine.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, very clear. Um, alrighty. So, apologies about yesterday. It I knew about it, then forgot about it, and I knew about it, and then I was like, oh damn it. So I hadn't organised a replacement. So yeah, I hope you guys did well yesterday. It was Asian session's been insane lately. Hey Daniel, how was your trip? You're back now, are you? Or are you still over there?
Yeah, no, mate, I flew in yesterday. It was, mate, as Fiji should be, sunny and beautiful and great people. It was good.
Nice. Good to hear. Good time. You had a couple of
Yeah,
rounds of
mate,
golf.
recharge the batteries, mate. Yeah, a bit of golf and a few gin and tonics by the beach, mate. It's pretty good.
Very nice. Cool. Um, all right. So, Asian session's been insane while we've been away. The last few days, Asian session's been almost the best session of the day. Like, look at it. Yesterday, better than Euro and London and New York. This day was pretty comparable. Pretty comparable. So gone are the days where Asian session wasn't much fun. Asian session's been beautiful for the last like week. Um, so we're in these all-time highs area again. So got nothing to go off by the left. So I'm playing around a couple of indicators again. Just while we're up at these all-time high areas because you can't really use zone work. So what I'm going to be keeping my eye on is divergence, really. So if we get like divergence and things on these lower time frames, then I'll look to stop going for longs. Or if we get a candles, like, we get just divergence that we don't need to see. Divergence can be leading, so that's why I'm looking for that divergence, is to see if these peaks are, getting lower, but price is getting higher. That could signal that we're running out of momentum and we could be starting to come down. Or we just not look at this at all and we just wait for price to confirm that at the moment it's in price discovery mode. We can have like psychological levels, like round numbers and things, like 19,100, 19,200, 19,300, etc. Or when we just watch the price action, candles going up, creating like little resistances, creating little supports. And then if we fail and it start breaking down and we've got clean candles to the left, then very likely we can fill that clean candle. So that's the other way to go around it. But yeah, what a rally, huh? So much for September. It's been the first week of September had a significant pullback, and then it's just been all upside since then. Had a little bit of volatility last Friday, which kind of threw things a little bit. It was like wondering about this Friday candle to see what that meant. We did have last Friday a witching day. So witching is when things come to expire, and you can have things like triple witching and quadruple witching. So especially the bigger one is the third Friday of every month of every quarter. You get a lot of options and futures and contracts, etc., expiring. So there can be a lot of buying and selling on these witching days. And it turned out that we got a pretty healthy pullback on that Friday. But what it appeared initially was that this weekly candle was leaving like quite a bit of a rejection wick. But it wasn't a rejection wick whatsoever. It was just a little bit of window dressing on witching day. Pulled back into the nice little area of support, and it's just been all upside since then. Next, we're coming to an end of an important period. So what's that?
Oh, sorry, mate. That candle just jumped about 15 pips in half of a second.
Oh yeah, far out. I had a buy running as well. I closed it. When it nearly hit my TP, and then it started coming back. I'm like, I don't want to get caught in this, so I actually just closed it. That would have actually probably hit it, or that just about. So we'll touch on this on the study session. The study session is going to be Saturday, by the way, this week. On end of this month, we're coming to an end of a quarter, so the September quarter, and we can get a lot of volatility at the end of the month. That's why we have done like previously we have looked at like monthly candle closes, and the quarter, when the quarter closes, what the banks need to do is they need to report to the authorities what positions they're holding as part of like being transparent. They don't need to tell them what they spent their money on and what they bought and sold throughout the quarter, but they need to look like they're as part of like banking regulations, they need to hold a certain amount of this and this and this and this. When it comes to reporting what they're holding, there's a huge advantage into just tidying everything up before they report to the authorities. Just before they do that, it's like, you can have your room in a certain state, but then if you know that someone's going to come and check on your room, you can just clean up just beforehand, and then it all looks good, and as soon as they're gone, you just get back to what you normally do. And it's kind of the same thing in the banking world, is that they will do window dressing where they'll just, could be a lot of activity. That's what I'm trying to say, is at the end of the month, especially the end of the quarter. So I'm expecting next week to be pretty volatile. So then that's going to happen in the early parts of next week. So what day will it be? Monday. Monday might be a day where you can expect to see some crazy things happen. So we'll see. Maybe Friday as well. So maybe tomorrow, because it'll be the second last trading day of the quarter, and then it'll be all earning season from October again. So let's see. It'll be exciting times nonetheless. Now, how did you guys get on yesterday? You guys do all right?
No, I got flogged.
No, you got flogged.
Yeah, I had a good day.
Tried to go short and wanted to go long.
Oh yeah. It was a bit of a prick. I was looking to go long, but I had this zone where I was thinking I'd love it to just drop into that zone. I saw the Asian low, and I was just hoping it was just going to drop a little bit deeper to go long, but then it didn't. And then I was like, well, then I said to myself, if we can at least have a 50% pullback, then I'll go long. and I watched it come down, and I did nothing. I literally then thought, oh, maybe it's going to go a little bit deeper now. So I just talked myself out of taking this trade, but it lined up pretty perfect with this little area, right? That little accumulation. Price dropped down, accumulated for a little bit. London wicked the low, went up, came back, retested this little structure, and then, pushed beautifully. So a bit of a shame. I had a good day. I had a good day until I didn't. So I did. German, I missed it. Pretty much missed the whole thing, but then caught it today, thinking that it was going to explode. I had some really good trades on the currencies of all things. I bought Euro yen. I bought Aussie yen. I bought CAD yen. Just because Alpha really kind of put me on tilt. They pissed me off, hey. No end with their shit. So I was like, well, if they're gonna say you can't take multiple trades, I just scaled into I was in a good trade on 1 yen cross, so I just went yen, 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 yen. So all different trades. So I did really well. Yeah, I did well on that. And then I started trading when US 30. I saw NAS explode up. See a 230 exploded up, and then US 30, it did the opposite, exploded down. So I bought the low. So I was getting in, and then just moving my stops to break even, taking a little bit off the table, and then I kept on getting stopped out. Like the runner kept on getting stopped out. Then I just go in again. Gave it 2 shots, got stopped out twice, but still closed around 0.25% in profit as the closed 0.25%, moved my stop to break even, but then the runner got stopped. Entered again, closed 0.25%, moved my stop to break even, got stopped out. Then it came down to the New York low, did the same thing, bought, closed 0.25%, got stopped out. The runner got stopped out. Bought again, gave it 2 shots for this New York low, but this one just took me straight out. So I lost 1% straight away. And then price dropped this spike. I saw this big spike, and my alert went off for this lower New York low. So I was targeting Asia low, New York low, and then this is the one that I lost on. I lost a full 1% in one go, and then price, I saw it spike all the way down, and that was my lower end for the day, and that triggered me into a trade, and that actually ran pretty nicely, 100 pips almost instantaneously. So that one recovered, that 1% loss, so it ended up being a 3% day, which was pretty good with fairly low risk most of the part.
Except that you're trading counter trend on Dow. That's pretty brave.
Yeah, but this is the trend though. This is the thing. I was thinking yesterday, I'm just gonna buy only forever. Stock market. I'll just buy, and if I get stopped out, so be it. Because I'm sick of shorting this bloody stock market. Buys are always so much easier, but when it's run up, it's so hard to get into that buy. So I was just taking any session low pullback. But I didn't understand why NAS was
I was going to
booming.
ask you about that, because it was moving. I thought maybe it was a mix issue like we were talking about the other day. That was strange yesterday.
It's a mix issue, yeah. So Dow's only got 30. So it's missing out on a lot of the, it doesn't have NVIDIA, for example, whereas NVIDIA did really well yesterday. So just but not having...
NAS basically just dropped after it hit that high point at around NYSE.
NAS? You mean US 30?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Dow? Yeah,
no, NAS got up to what time was it? I was quite late. So
Like
it was after NYSE opened.
yeah. It just very imbalanced move, just exploding up like this. So we just corrected it and then up again.
I see if you're going to trade Forex, we might need to move to Asia as well. So most of the Asian sessions are bigger
legit
than London these days.
I know. Yeah, legit.
Go figure. Literally the week that I move west, then the Asian session picks up.
Yeah, funny that. So I'm pretty keen on the yen weakening still. So I've got a pound buy at the moment. I bought. I've got a pen in order. I've got a pen in order down here that if it comes down to these areas, got a fairly wide stop loss, and I've got an entry running in here, and I'm targeting that if we've been peppering this level a number of times, trying to break above it, and if we can finally break above it, we've got this wick to fill, and then we've got this gap. So if I go to the left here even further, hey Dave, I'll tell you about alpha in a second. So this zone, this area across here, so support, and then we've got the wick rejection, and there's the top of these clean candles, and then I'll just put this down here. So what I'm looking to see is if we can finally break out of here. So I've got a pen in order to see if we get one more. Like we've been testing this area a number of times, and we've been building our. We've got. I'm not. If we do come down and retest this support, then we can come down lower, of course. But I'm fairly, the way that the comments were from yen, I'm still fairly bearish on yen, that I think this recovery still got some more legs into it. There's definitely liquidity sitting above here. This has acted as a resistance, so we could have the taking a breakout with high risk can be very dangerous. So I've reduced the size, and I've just given a bit of a wider stop loss. But I'm looking for it once we can clear above here, and if we can start clearing this wick, I'll scale in pretty significantly, probably on other pairs, to see if we can get that move as well. But what I'll be looking to see is fill in this gap at least.
You're going to sign up for Alpha's swing account?
Nah, fuck them.
Tell them you want a free swing account.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so
I chimed in at the right time. That was
yeah. So you can tell my what I was complaining about didn't go well.
sorry.
So I get the explanation for multiple trades very quickly. So look, I put my hand up, and I did that because I was being lazy and not changing lot sizes. I just decided to put it on, put like a few trades on. So that lost me 2 accounts like ages ago, like about 6 weeks ago now, at least. So then started doing started 2 evaluations to replace the 2 funded that I lost. All went fine, no problems. Passed them pretty easily, and they didn't raise any concerns then. So I completely stopped doing that, and I was just taking you know, a trade at a time. But I was just scaling in a lot more. So when it was moving well, I'd enter my position, and it was going all right. And then when it's moving well, like, you know, 20 minutes into it, I would add another position. And there was one time that I added quite a few positions. Like I added 6 positions over a space of 20 to 30 minutes, maybe even longer. And then when it started like getting to my target, I started closing out of those positions very slowly. And they said that was the exact same thing, spamming the order book. And I said, it's not spamming the order book, that's stacking. And then they just wouldn't give me that. They wouldn't respond to me. They responded to me, just kept on saying, we advise you to you can only take a single position at a time. So they wouldn't let me scale in. They wouldn't let me. They had a concern about the lot sizes as well. But, you know, trading on indices, a 10 lot on an indice is the same as a 1 lot on a currency pair. And 1 lot on a 100k account, I was just doing the 100k account. That's not much, you know. It's so even if I added 5 trades, 50 lots, that's the same as opening up a 5 lot position over time as well, with adding to it when it was in profit. So never ever went into the drawdown. So some of these trades ran to be like, the problem was, again, is the growth. All the times I've had payouts before, what I was requesting was around like less than 5% per payout. And then the first time it flagged me and then they denied was a 9% payout. And then this one was a pretty good payout because I had 2 banger days where I made like 6% by scaling in twice. It's like 2 days like that. And then they said they just closed that account and then said, you know, you spammed the order book. I'm like, I didn't spam shit. I scaled in, I stacked the position, went onto their Discord, and they said that everything's fine. So in a public forum, it's all good. But when it comes to like when you talk to the payouts department, they just wouldn't even respond to my question saying what the difference is. They just said you can only take a single position. And then and the thing is, they said their solution was, we advise you to, because of out of goodwill, we'll gift you another evaluation, or we'll just give you a full refund. I was like, you wouldn't be offering me a full refund if I'd broken a rule, would you? If I actually done a breach that's in their lines, it would just be close their account. They wouldn't offer me a full refund and then say, we don't want to do business with you. So
yeah, you should charge them for your time then that you've spent on that.
Yeah, just another typical casino business, isn't it? So as long as you don't like make too much, I think you're fine. But as soon as you have like a really good win, you can't do that on a prop firm. If you have a good win, they'll find some reason to just say, oh, look, you know, we don't want to pay that out.
But it's not.
Here's the open now, Hayden.
Yeah. So
I reckon it's getting a bit like Vegas, though, where you walk in and they know there's pictures of some of the people on the wall there. I reckon they've got a picture of Haydos. He's here to take your money.
Well, yeah, the
You've
problem.
been too successful, lately.
Once you've had a number of payouts, I reckon your account gets flagged.
You cheeky buggers.
So as soon as your account's flagged, if you've made they'll pay out your first couple for sure, no dramas, and then if you consistently get payouts, then you get flagged, and then if it's not too much, I think you'll be fine. But if you have like one big week, then you're gone skis probably somehow.
Yeah, just at the point where they should be able to.
Why aren't they actually doing what they say they're doing? And when people are being consistently successful, actually using that to put trades into the market, then everyone's making money.
Well, they're probably buying they're keeping the data anyway. So they probably are using the data somehow. They just don't want to pay, you know.
How long has Alpha been operating? They've been around a while.
I'm not sure. 18 months maybe, 2 years. Don't know.
You've been trading with them that long?
No. I was really slow to go into the prop scene. I was only just trading my own accounts. But then when we bought this house, I drained my trading account. So I didn't have a lot that I felt comfortable leaving in a trading account. So that's when I started like having my I had my personal account, but then I was just doing the prop account so I can like try accelerate building it again. But this has really left a bad taste in my mouth again. Like that's the reason why I was pretty slow to get into it. It's just frustrating because I just feel like I've wasted a lot of time. I've made them over 30% in these last like. Cause I don't use copy traders, because I know all the issues with the EAs. So like I decided I'll just trade them one account at a time, and it's such a punch in the balls since I lost those 2 accounts because of doing something that actually is in their prohibited strategies, made them more than 30%, like maybe 40 or 50%, in those 2 accounts running. Part of that was the valuation, but in the end of it, you're expecting to pay out a significant one, and then you just felt like I just wasted that 50%. I know I wouldn't have been as aggressive on personal funds as well, but still, you know, it's a waste of time, and all this growth. There's nothing worse than doing all the work and then get nothing to show for it, and then get told that getting told that you've done something wrong when you've done nothing wrong. You actually literally can't find a reason for them. They're just saying it's like they don't understand their own rules, because it's very clear that what I did was not spamming the order book, what they've accused me of. And they've accused me of it's literally stacking. I literally stacked into the trade, and it says I didn't go over the lot limits, and they said that you can, like, if I went 20 lots deep on a currency, or gold. Imagine 20 lots on gold rather than 20 lots on an indice. Indices, 10 times less.
It's not even a big trade. Like if you put it on for a fairly confident move, I mean, you'd be comfortable doing that. Whether you put it in one position or 10, it makes no difference.
Yeah. So I get the reason why they want you to put in a single position. I get the argument from a business point of view, is that most people, if you only can use a single position, most of the time if you're bullish in the market, but then you have positions sort of gathered, like most people will probably buy at the top at a full position and then can't hold the drawdown. But if you if you slowly add into it in a negative point of view, like in drawdown, you're lowering your average price, and as long as your lot size isn't too big, you can actually improve your position from your initial one.
Yeah.
So I get why they don't want that style, because look, you do open yourself up to it going down and like much further, so you've got to just cut it. So I don't mind scaling and drawdown sometimes, but most of the time I'm trying to be patient and waiting for the turn, put it in a little position, and if it keeps on going down, I'll just have to close it when it doesn't make sense anymore. But when it starts moving up, that's when I've been scaling in on this side. And they don't want that. They want that position to be your only position. So they're trying to limit people that scale in successfully and they're taking advantage of people that go in too big and get the first position wrong and then can't hold on. So from a business point of view, that's why it's single position only, because they know that more people will won't be able to do very well in that. But that's not what it says in their rules. Their rules say you can stack. Their rules don't say you can't spam the order book, and spamming the order book is multiple trades within seconds. So it's 600 seconds. That's what it seems like, Dave. It seems like if you have a big win and you've scaled into it, they might look at that one pretty closely. But the thing is as well, they can void the profit. If you made a trade, oh no, that because news trading is a soft breach. No, wait, is it? Whatever it is. Anyway, there are certain conditions that if you take a trade, that they'll just void the profit, but they don't take the account off you. And I think if you scaled into a big winner, that wouldn't be, oh, here's a refund of your initial evaluation fee, and they wouldn't do that, would they? If you breach the account, they'll take it off you, but they wouldn't just offer you a refund and say go away. Yeah, they refused. They refused and offered me a valuation to try only take one position at a time. And then when I said I don't want the payout, then they said, thanks for your email, here's your free evaluation. I was like, that's not what I asked for. I didn't even ask for this. I said I want my payout, but they've just said, here you go. So I've got one account left with them. And then after that, I think I'll just go back to personal. Or maybe try one of these futures ones with someone. I'm interested in playing around with that. All right. Well, we're absolutely booming over here. Pulled back to support. What's that?
That pushed us that we was in for what was doing beautifully. That trend break, that resistance, no bottom wick, is straight.
Yeah, London Open. It's been doing that a bit lately. That they're like 2 minutes before the London Open, it pulls back, and then London just goes up with no wick. So I think this is part of London. It's like they set their algos or set their trades to start like a few minutes before they open, because this is definitely something that's fairly new. Remember, we had that thing about if London opens with no bottom wick, it'll come back.
Yeah.
So like that one, basically London, like it has been like this time it did like wick down, took the euro low and then push up, but pretty much London's just gone straight up. This day did their swings and roundabouts. This one just went straight down, then it came back once it hit into this demand area. This one here just straight down, like this one here. Oh, this one dropped. But much more frequently is London just opening and going, and I've been noticing that like here it just opened and went, but the couple minutes before, it seems to, just before London opens, it has like a little 20 or 30 pip move, and then London opens and then it just launches. So what I'm waiting for, I didn't want to buy because I basically was in buys and I closed it out already, but I was very tempted to buy. the open. But if we can get some sort of divergence happening up here, then I'll potentially look to sell. Pound yen, we're breaking above, so this one's running nicely. Hopefully we can just continue all the way up, make our way up to the next zone. So it's got a bit of work to do above here. They could have little reactions from this high for our pound yen, and then we do have another potential New York high from 31 July. And this is New York high from 2nd September. So let's see if we get some rejections, but if we can hold above these guys and these supports become more significant. Yeah, so I think like I'm pretty pissed off about this whole situation, and I'm willing to sacrifice this last account. Sacrifice it to the gods. So that's what I was thinking about, getting into a good position on a currency, and then when it's really moving, load up as the full quota of lot size that you can do for a currency or gold, not going with the limited leverage you have, limited lot size and leverage with indices, and then just trying to get like one massive trade, and then just see what they say with this one.
Yeah, put the gold one on before news and take the stop loss and TP out. Just let it run for the next week.
No, that would just kill my account. I wanna try like get a payout, but if it is running nicely, non-news, but it's moving nicely and it's finding clear space, and the trade's in profit with a previous position, just to scale in like 1 or 2 times, but I'm scaling in across different currencies pairs, but just see what they say if I can get like a monster. And then if it doesn't work out, then that account will just be, I'm happy to sacrifice it, because now it's just annoying me looking at it. All right. So, but yeah, I think German, we're in uncharted territory. Got so much optimism here. We're in a cutting cycle. Price can continue, but we're starting to get stacked up with a few imbalances. So, just waiting for a divergence to appear, and then I will short it. I know we never should short an all-time high, but we just busted through this all-time high, and now we're about 140 pips above it. So there will be some element of profit taking wherever it is. So just got to be pretty gentle with it. Like, I don't want to go against the momentum, but I also can't just buy from here now. $19,183, is that where you got a trend line? Maybe, yeah. Let's see what happens when it gets to here. Is it a channel?
There's just multiple fib points plus the trend line. Yeah.
Oh, fibs, of course.
There's 176 points. What is it? Whichever way you look at it. There's a daily extension and a weekly extension at the same point, and there's a trend line. So I'm just going to wait until then.
So from this swing to this swing?
I can't remember. I've just put the lines in. I haven't left the fib
Okay.
diagram.
Okay. Well, if we get divergence, then I'll trust you.
I'll just keep on putting heaps of different fib points until they line up.
Yeah. And then go
I'll
for a
call that
run.
a magic zone.
Go for a run and put a sports jacket on.
That's it. Yeah. Money in the bank, job done.
Well, we are getting a little bit of divergence here anyway. So we've made some highs on price. And we are...
It's triggering signals on the 5 minute.
Yeah.
The max sell signal just popped up.
Excel.
Yeah, 1 minute's going nuts with the signals as well.
So we got a little
Getting
support.
multiple crosses over the line.
Yeah, got a little support here. Would that be 120 pips? Yeah, be actually we've got the 19200 here as well. It would be pretty interesting just to see what could happen for a cowboy. 120 pip range. We've got Dave's magic markers.
110 is 184.
Yeah.
My magic line does actually cost a bit higher, around 193 or something. By the time it gets up there.
Yeah, so I wonder if this could be an area that if these can hold, but price can push up quickly, I'll cowboy the sell.
Yeah, but they sell full margin on your alpha account. Do it.
No, because it's the leverage is not. I'm not gifting them that. They'll say, "Oh, that's not 20 lot single position is not your usual size, or something." So
Get the entry on at the wrong time of day.
consistent, yeah. Oh, that.
Yeah, the moon and the stars weren't in the right positions.
Yeah, you went in retrograde on this trade, so that's one don't count.
Are you using Blue Guardian at all still, Hayden?
Nah. No, that one wasn't a very big account.
I see they've
So I kinda lost
dropped all their
motivation.
platforms as well. They don't have. You got to go and fiddle around with those DX trade and match trade, I think.
Oh, they're not on Meta anymore, or C Trader.
No, I don't. I could be wrong. I haven't got an account with them at the moment. I might be wrong, but I did try to sign up for one a while ago, and there was no. What they call it, Platform 5 option or whatever.
There was Platform
Might
5.
be back. No, it wasn't when I tried to sign up. Maybe it's back.
Ivan's using them, so you might be able to tell. I know that they did, and then they didn't, and then they did again. So I don't know if they.
And then they migrate you, move you back.
Yeah, I don't know. It's it's funny because you get these, like, as soon as the authorities get involved, people whinge, like regulations start coming in, and this is what happens when there's no regulations as well. I think because Tom was saying about even with concept, so I'll probably look at concept, because they do at least put you on live accounts. But you're saying that they can only use.
Pretty good as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the thing I always put me off was the profit split until you get to the higher levels. And I think for some of those
50,
small, for some of those, like when you're splitting 50%, I'd rather just trade.
And it's a small account size.
It's a small
account size as well. They're very expensive.
Yeah, so I was thinking I'll just do my own account. But then when you look at the scaling plan, it actually, if you just stuck with it, and if I'd done what I'd been doing in the last 4 months, I would have been really up there on their scaling plan. It's just doing that 4 months. It's short term, like pain for that long term gain.
Even once you lock in, you get a good profit split.
Once you lock it in, yeah. It was just the profit split was just put me off it.
Yeah, I understand.
I was thinking about, because the account size is so small. Like if you take a 10 or 25 grand account, so you forget about the large capital, and you just create. You trade on your own account and you copy it to concept. Then at least what you're doing on your own account is replicated on the prop firm, and they do it without copy trading. Yeah, I asked him because I was trying to check whether you could do that. He said no problem. Copy trading's fine.
You can,
as long as it's from a personal account.
Yeah, okay.
Who's their broker now? It was Cabera.
No, I don't know. They changed OSX, and then their broker apparently just pulled the rug under them. So I don't like that they've got all these. Yeah, he's having issues with them, and then you've got to use Dixie Trade. So whether you can copy into Dixie Trade, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can. I went onto their demo and checked that out. It's all good.
Right. So
I was worried about things like moving stop losses and that, but the thing is, if you do it on your personal account where you can trade on MT5 or C Trader, so that you can trade manage effectively, and you copy those across, then at least the stop and take profit entries will copy as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They don't care how you trade. That's the thing. It's literally is no rules. So which one is it?
I think you want to go for that premier one. That was the best option. Then you get that director one. If you look on their Discord, that looks like, if you look on their payouts, 90% of the guys that are trading on that director model.
It's just so expensive, isn't it? Like, starting amount,
it's very expensive.
5,000.
You've got to get 10% before you scale 50%.
Yeah.
Because the thing of the short-term gain is that's a 100,000 account on Alpha, and then you get the discount as well, and it's just, there's no reason to do this if Alpha paid, isn't it? But if Alpha aren't going to pay, then you're just completely disillusioned with whether they do pay out. So, and these guys, they're constantly, they've just got issues with their broker. So there's always issues with something. Paul was asking. He wasn't sure if Blue Guardian had all the platforms available again. You're on MetaTrader, aren't you? Or whatever they call Platform 5. Yeah. No, Ivan's confirmed. I'm pretty sure
Can
they.
break-
I'm pretty sure that's C-Trader as well. Or maybe they don't have C-Trader.
Thanks. Some pause in the bullish momentum here.
Yeah, is it going to leg up higher or is it going to break the support? Hopefully it can leg up higher. Oh, Russ, yeah, that's the other one I was looking at. FTMO. They, I had one with them, but it was the taken. I did the same thing, that put in some trades on. One of them got slipped hard and I lost it.
It just seems like the whole lot of them are tarred with the same brush. Every single one of them.
Oh, that one was legit. It was a 1% loss, which got there was a spike, but it happened everywhere. And that spike on gold, I got slipped big time, and this is my stop loss was like 100 pips lower. Like it literally the lowest point that gold spiked down was where my stop loss got executed, and I got slipped on a couple accounts, so I know it wasn't just like FTMO, but that was a 5% loss instead of 1% loss. And that sucked because I was up like 7% total, and that 5% loss, it didn't close the account initially. Like I was still surviving, and then I was still able to put a trade on, and I did put a trade on afterwards, and like I was like, that one was a profitable trade, almost no drawdown as well, so I know that didn't trigger anything, and I could still take trades. But then when you go into the client terminal, they said, oh, your account's breached it, so we advise you to close your account yourself. And I was like, that's unusual. All other funded accounts I've been with, if you breach a rule, that your account just gets locked out. But FTMO, they leave it open, and they say you've got to lock it, you've got to close it yourself.
I actually did that with Alpha on one account. It did the same thing. I had like a gold trade running, and I was about to blow the account, so I loaded up on like 10 lots and just took the stop loss out, and the trade went against me, and it was showing like minus a massive amount, and I thought, stuff it, I'm not closing it. And the trade, they just left the account for 3 days. Eventually I got an email saying you have failed, but yeah, it took me 3 days.
Oh, 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it would stop it overnight, when you exceed the daily balance, but yeah, it was like multiples of minus 20% in a day, and they still didn't close the account.
Well, this is the thing. They're all like demo accounts, and they're just taking your pass or fail money. They don't care when you like lose 100 grand, because they're just demo accounts anyway.
Yeah, no, but it shows that the system's meant to pick it up, isn't it? As soon as it goes into that breach.
But that just perfectly shows that they don't care.
Ooh,
because it's not real money. If it was real money, they would care.
I was in a short there. I closed that with that spike. I don't trust it.
Yeah, they'll definitely tighten up the they'll definitely tighten up the instant closing of accounts if it was exactly. if it was real. Yeah, that's for sure. They would be very, very on top of that risk.
The biggest problem I've got with Equity Edge, and they've paid me out each time that I've requested one, it's the amount of time it takes them to do the payout, because they manually check everything. Well, so they say. But I don't understand casino system automatically breaches you when you've hit all of the rules. Can't automatically pay you as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But if you haven't breached to get to the payout request, how could you have breached? Surely they can write the algorithm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like fail you on the run. How can they fail you after you've passed everything?
I guess it's those soft breaches. So they need to check, like, you know, some of them are not enough to close your account, but just avoid the profit. So I think it's those ones that are most likely they've got to double check.
Certainly, it leaves a lot of questions. It leaves more questions than answers.
Yeah, it's not nice. Especially if whatever puts you on, like, you can be so consistent for so long, and then it could just be some little thing that just throws you, that you just not puts you out of your flow, and you know, and it was like led to a bit of anger with the charts, and you don't want to take it out on the charts, like to hold a trade a little longer than you normally would because you're feeling a little bit more aggressive, or, you know, you start becoming a bit more careful because of something, whatever, that you just stop trading the way you normally trade. So all those little things you've got to absorb.
That psychology comes in other businesses too. Like my brother's apprentices, that they had a pretty shitty client on the last trade, and you just see them second guessing themselves every time. I'm like,
I can't hear you, man. You're going in and out.
oh my god.
Do you use a mic? Sometimes I hear you clearly, and then it gets really. Is it just me, or do you guys struggle as well at times?
No, it's the same. Take me.
You sound clear at the start, but then as it goes, it just really gets muffled. Yeah.
I might turn my head maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but the start always sounds super clear, and then it gets really hard.
I think you're right about what you were saying the other day, though, Hayden, is the business model's not sustainable. So when that happens, then they're always looking for tricks and shortcuts, and ultimately it'll just end up to rotation of the service provider.
Yeah.
Until they start A-booking you, they need to find a way to do that more effectively.
Well, brokers are starting to get into the space, so I think brokers could do it. If brokers get involved, they're really keen.
It just seems like they want people to fail to take the assessment money, and if you start making profits, they have to fail you because your trades aren't going into the market live, and you're actually dipping into their profits.
Absolutely, yeah. It has to. It's so the easiest way for them to make money.
Yeah, basically the whole thing's a scam.
Yeah.
They're paying you out of other people's assessment money. When you start making money, their business model then becomes unsustainable.
Yeah, because you get left with a bunch of people that the longer you run, the more accumulation of successful gamblers, I guess, you accumulate. Right, the people that most of them will lose, but the ones that stay and repeatedly, consistently, like, are good at trading, can take more risk than they would on their personal account. And if you just get a few of them, like, you're just constantly in danger. So they need to find some way of getting rid of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Sounds
that's
like
where
it.
their rules. As soon as their rules become ambiguous, as soon as their rules become like they're changing constantly, making little tweaks, like single position is really that's I find that one really difficult to stomach, because you need to be able to scale in, or you can't just have a consistent trade size, single entry. I mean, you can, for sure you can. You can have a real mechanical system, but it's not for me. For me is taking multiple positions, like either getting into a trade that I'm not 100% certain of at that level, but then having a wider stop loss, but then having an entry lower. But like the FOMO trade, you don't want to miss out on the trade, but you don't want to load up. But if you get into that trade and it comes down to your support, where I would like to have got it, but I was worried that I was going to miss that trade, that's where I'd like to load up and then just keep my stop loss underneath, etc. So I've got a smaller position running, just worried I was going to miss it, but if it kept on going, I'll scale into it. Or if it come back down to my preferred entry level, then I'll add the rest of my position. And if it just goes against me, then I lose whatever it is, like 0.5%, 1%, 2%. And, that's fine. That's total risk of that trade idea is exactly what my max tolerant is 2% per trade, max tolerance. But I very rarely will take that much risk. But it's made up of different positions. And I can't just go 2% risk here or wait for it to come here, because I get frustrated that price never came back to my entry, went to my target without me. Or I got in 2%, got in a bad spot, came down, stopped me out, can't risk another 2% here, because if I'm down 4% for the day, game over. Just one position doesn't work for me.
That's why they've set the game up like that, so it's almost impossible for you to.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's a tweak that they did. It's exactly the reason.
Yep, because to me that makes perfect sense. It's something I've been working on recently is scaling into winning trades.
Yeah.
When it's going with me, add more to it.
Yeah. It just making that one rule change eliminates a bunch of successful traders that they would have on their books.
Yeah, start small. Start at, like you say, I'm 0.25, but start at 0.25, and if it's going for you, add 0.25, add 0.25, and you've got 1.5%, and then let it go where you want it to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it just shows like the style that if more prop firms start doing that, where they cut the ability to, like, if every trade's got to be single position, you either need to adapt with the rules, but if that's a consistent style that you have, it just means prop firms is not the space. You just trade your own accounts, or someone that offers a booking.
Yeah.
So that's all right.
Remember
it's a good problem to be
firm,
consistent. What was that? Sorry, Paul?
the prop firm that I sent you the other day, those Ascendex guys, they've just acquired a broker. They're merging the brokerage accounts with their prop funding service at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah.
I think it's the way to go. I mean, if they've got all the data and they can process it effectively, once you can risk manage your data, then you can potentially, if they really are going to hold a percentage of your trades, then they should be able to at least show some profit from it.
Yeah.
So if they're not putting your trades on the market, it's impossible.
They're still advertising on their website that it's a bi-monthly, same-day payments.
Bi-monthly, same day. Who's
Yeah,
that?
so-
Ascendex.
Alpha.
Oh,
Going through some
same day payouts. It's not same day payouts. It's 4 days.
mate. Bi-monthly, same-day payouts.
Yeah, no, bi-monthly. Wait 4 or 5 days. That's what it is.
Except that there's no payout to pay.
Yeah. And then
We'll deny your payout, but then we'll pay it out to Sunday.
And then another one I saw was, we never deny any payouts. We never refuse any payouts.
Bi-monthly, same day performance fee payouts. Every
Yeah.
2 weeks, our partner broker ACG Markets allows qualified virtual analytics to withdraw from their accounts. Performance fees are processed same day via bank transfer or deal.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit.
But the trick is that it's only the performance fee, which is like 0.25% of your account that they pay you once.
Now, when I get my stuff through what is it, Equity Edge, yeah, that's what it says in the bank statement. Yeah, performance fee, analytics performance.
Yeah, that's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
How many days do you reckon you invested trading that account, Haydos?
Which one? So just sort of rotate.
The one that the one that they've given you a free one for now.
Oh, a month?
Yeah, that's a month you could have been doing something else. So.
Yeah, no, it's a waste of time.
Well, in trading, sometimes you learn the most from the money you lose. Maybe this is just one of those learnings, yeah? Don't rely too heavily on prop accounts.
What's that? The last bit you said?
Don't rely heavily on prop accounts.
No, you can't. You can't. Absolutely. Yeah. That's what like it. Yeah, absolutely. They're not going to be like. There's not going to be one company that stays around forever.
You do hear a lot from the really successful prop traders. They don't stay with one company either. They don't treat each individual account as their.
No, they just look at group funding. Yeah. Did you see? I saw like I didn't watch it, but Burned. He was having a go at someone, Indigo or something like that.
Oh, I haven't watched any of them in ages. I just try and stay in my own lane. I listen to you, and that's about it these days, mate.
It's good advice.
Oh, there's a lot of bullshit out there.
Oh yeah. It's that like. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I caught that. I bought into that.
See, Dave?
See you, Dave. Yeah, I'm interested. If we can, I'm interested to see what we do once we get above here. See if we can go to that target then.
Little zone's a little bit creepy.
Yeah, above those rejection wicks. These bad boys.
Especially if we go for third time.
I wouldn't mind a sweep. And then above. If we got a sweep of these lows. And then above these rejection wicks. Then London high. And beyond.
Don't you think we already got it there with that little liquidity candle on the?
Yeah. So we might not get that sweep. I'm still happy with above here, but if we got the sweep and then above, I'd like that. But we don't. This is not necessary.
He's actually caught another monster sell in gold yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. While he was streaming, there was a couple of small losses to get the entry, but once it broke, it just it was enormous.
Oh, yeah, nice one.
All the way from the top candle right down to the bottom. Hayden, you know, the study session is going to be attached with the grand final if you're doing it Saturday.
Oh, is it?
Well, it's an early start. It's 2:30 kickoff. So as long as it's after like 8:30, 9:30 London time, I guess it should be okay.
Oh, that should be right. Yeah. But 3 hours for the final. So
maybe
I'll do about 9 o'clock.
Half time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do about 9 o'clock. It's got to be Saturday because we're traveling that evening, and Sunday's going to be out.
Oh, well, the next Sunday is it's NRL. Sunday evening.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Should be around. That should be alright. Just start it before. Should be able to finish it well before. Yeah, Lions will be down 40-0 in the first quarter, so we can start maybe 20 minutes into the final.
How do you watch it in the UK? Does it screen on 7+ or something?
The AFL, I've got a VPN, so I can use 7+.
Yeah, but so as long as you endure the adverts and you can see it.
No, like KO works, so I can usually tap into my brother's KO.
My KO doesn't work with the VPN though.
Yeah, I had issues with it for a long time. Which VPN do you have?
Nord.
Oh, I've got Nord. Do you sometimes does it not pick it up, or is it like just it picks up that you're using the VPN?
No, it picks it up, and all the other streaming stuff works. So, like if you're on SBS or anything that you've got an Australian subscription for, then it streams fine. But Binge, which is a KO subsidiary, and KO, and I don't use Foxtel anymore, but I imagine it's the same there.
I can't get
the minute you put a VPN on, it's done.
Yeah, the Telstra I can't use, but KO's working. Sometimes you got to change the server. Most of last year it wasn't working, but then this year it started working again. I think it's when Nord updates the locations that they have. Yeah, the NRL one, I just get the watch NRL pass, so there's never any issues with that one. But KO, sometimes the quality is not great.
Hey Hayden, when you got your VPN on, does that affect your charts as well? Because I noticed my charts flick in and out all the time, so I'll turn my VPN off.
I've only got the VPN when I'm watching stuff on the weekend, so I haven't got the charts up.
I use a VPN on my charts and it's fine.
Yeah, mine just like my NTD5 just disappears for about only like a split second, and so does my TradingView charts. They just seem to disappear as well, just for that split second. As soon as I turn my VPN off, everything just stays on all the time.
Right. Yeah, I don't use it on the computer though, as well. I use it on like an iPad.
Oh, nice little move here.
Yeah, I think we're going. So if we can just push up into the zone. 50 pips to the upside. So breaking above here, that rejection wick should be a good move. Just would like it to close above here. If it's reacting from this as a as area of supply, as just a friendly pullback for upside, then what we don't want to see is this support breaking. We don't want to see that. So if it can close inside of here, my stop loss won't be underneath here, it'll just be underneath here.
Looking like we're going to get a 30-minute wick fill at the moment.
Yeah, oh yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Wick fill, break above, and then push up to this target, like potential sell zone.
Yep. Unless that breaks back bearish, but it's looking like it's going to push up the market.
Yeah, if we can break above this red candle, everything's looking good. Because then we've got, this is like a little rejection area. See all these wicks?
Yep.
So you just want to get above this. Once we can get above here, then I'd say we should at least get some clearance up into these guys. Got another little issue above here, and like this, like if the volume's not there, then we could have issues up here as well. But we should be able to get up another 10 or so pips. And then if we can get some momentum to carry us above here, then yeah, you should be able to explode. But oh, 26666. Oh, the devil's number. Look at that. Okay, come on, push. That was a nice little close. Just keep on pushing now. Maybe a little hold up here. This is a little FVG.
Yep.
So, but hopefully we can just keep on pressing and don't look back. Pound yen had a little pullback then.
Gold didn't like the devil's number.
A big pullback now.
Oh,
Come on, push. My entry wasn't too late. My entry was like right here. Right around here.
when you're on MT5, if you don't open the trade with magic keys, can you? Is there a setting that you can turn on to show how many pips the trade's got?
You can get a pip counter. You get a pip counter.
I mean, you can see it if you hold on the line. But,
yeah. No, they got other indicators will do what Magic Keys does.
I don't
you
use
have to add in.
trade manager.
How do you do it, Glenn?
I've got a trade manager. I've got a script that someone sent me, and it basically just puts an indicator on it. It's not exactly the same as Magic Keys, but it looks very similar. I used to have a pip counter on as well, but I've got rid of it. It's got me nuts. I don't like a busy chart.
Oh, yeah, the one I've had was just a little number down here. It was just a number that was just ticking up. All right, I'm going to secure some here, boys and girls. Stops will be at break even.
This is obviously not your alpha account, then, where you'd be putting in another entry.
Well, it is on the alpha account.
Double trade.
Yeah, it is on there. But I've got 2 other trades running on the yens, so I'm kind of limited.
And because you open positions at maximum lots instead of stacking them these days.
These days.
No more space for anymore.
Paul, if you want to PM me in the Discord, I'll give us your email address. I'll send you the little data folder that you save on your MQL5 program.
Yeah. What's your alias there?
Wouldn't mind on Discord.
Yeah, on Discord.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember what I am. Stitch FX, I think.
Yeah, Stitch.
Yeah, Stitch FX on that one. If you hold over, it says clean up.
Sorry about that.
Is that?
No, it's not.
Heading.
Sorry about that. I was just trying to post. Trying something. Did that work? Yeah, that worked. That was... Were you asking, Ive? So late entry, when this one had whipped up, was coming down, entered, just targeted this space. Closed out, stops now at break even. See if the runner can keep on running.
What platform's that on, Hayden? Is that your phone?
Yeah, this is the MetaTrader 5. Yeah.
On your phone?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've got to do it on the phone. I can't do it when I've got Zoom running, Streamlabs running, Spotify running, Google running. When I've got MetaTrader running on the computer at the same time, it loses connection. Like it just zoom all the other processes on the computer just hog it. So MetaTrader is constantly in and out, and it does that like doing noise.
Yep.
And you put a trade on, but nothing happens, and then you push it again, and then 2 trades go on in a second, and then they flag you for that, and so.
No, wouldn't have a clue. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so then I'd have another laptop next to me, but then it's just having a laptop just purely to put trades on with magic keys and stuff like that. It was just easier just to do on the phone.
Yeah.
And then you manage it on your app, on your computer.
No, nothing's running on the computer.
Oh, so you purely trade on your phone?
Yeah. I mean, what's the difference between having magic keys or having the phone just down here in front of me?
Yeah, I agree. I've never used a magic key. Only thing I use Trade Manager for is like scaling out or bringing your stop loss to entry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's easy. It's easy just having the phone here in front of me. It's just like it's already preset for how many lots I want to put on, and then put it on.
Yeah.
Then when I want to close, you know it is. I did make a mistake the other day when I went and trying to like juggle multiple accounts, because normally it's just one account at a time, but we had a really good setup, and I put a trade on 10 lots on German, and then switched accounts and then did 10 lots. But when I switched accounts, it changed the pair to Aussie CAD. So I put a 10 lot trade on Aussie CAD.
Did it win?
No, Aussie CAD barely moves, but the spread already I was down 10 lots on the spread. So because I looked at it, and all of a sudden I'm down like $100 and something, and I was like, oh, that, and it was really flickery because of the spread. I was like, that doesn't, something's not right here. But the price action looked almost identical. When I flicked over the chart, I didn't pick it up on it. It was only when I was like, what's going on? And I saw that I'd put it on Aussie CAD. It dipped down a little bit. And it actually did turn from red to green. So I had to wait. I wanted to wait 2 minutes as well, because that bloody 2 minute rule. So as soon as I waited that 2 minutes, it dipped into positive. I closed it. By the time I closed it, it dipped back into negative, plus $50 commission. So just another reason not to trade too many accounts, and not to rush things. That was the reason why I just put on. I had one lot size, one smaller lot size, like one lot on gold or one lot on whatever, and then or half a lot, and then go into like indices. I just put that trade on 5 times, for example.
Yeah.
It just saved me from having to change the lot sizes all the time on the phone. But it got me unstuck. Anyway, I really should make a move, guys. This trade is break even. Runner was closed at this point. Now it will just do what it wants. Take profit. I'm going for this area. I'm going to see if we get divergence up here and these levels, especially like 19,200, could become a sell zone. Pound yen, I've got running still. Looks like that was just a nice friendly pullback. Hopefully. Anyway, entry. It almost came back to entry. Entry was here. It's here. Targeting. Targeting up here. 943. That's the target. Stop loss. It's a wide stop loss. And I've got another entry here, pending order. Like a swing trade, not a scalp. And then Kiwi yen. I got running.
So you
as
just
well.
leave your on that example there. You'll leave your first entry running if it starts coming back at you. Why wouldn't you get a break even and then just make your pending order larger so that you can get a better position on the whole trade?
Say that again.
So your first entry, the one that almost came back to take you out now.
Yeah.
Why would you let it go into drawdown to come and take the other entry? You wouldn't let it stop you out and then just increase the size of your pending order.
This is just where the stop loss was. I haven't moved it yet because I hadn't gone far enough. But you're right. If it moved up, I don't really want it to come back down, so I'll tighten the stop loss. When I entered this one here, when it wasn't in profit, I was just entering as it might break out or it might react and come down lower. So
yeah,
I was happy just to have an entry here and then an entry here. But now that price has gone up and I'm in profit on that first position, now I've got a few more options so that I could decide to make this one safer.
Yeah, I wonder that a lot, whether it's better to just let the thing break even and look for a better entry once you've been watching it for a while. I never know what to do with the stop loss.
Yeah, I'm not too good with the stop loss either. I'm not too good with the stop loss. Like, I find if I trail a stop loss, somehow it always finds my stop loss. If I move it to break even, it usually just takes me out anyway. So you just got to have the option, like, just do what makes you feel comfortable. Like I haven't, like, the most profitable thing for me would just be do nothing with my stop loss. And then, like, a lot of the times, like the other day I was in a sell. I think this was on Tuesday night. I was on a sell on NAS, sorry. I was in a sell when we rejected up here, and then price is coming down. I was in a sell expecting price when this one closed. I got a sell for this one, and I was targeting around like here. I was just going for a simple trade, thinking that was the high, but watching price over, like it sort of got me into the came up, came down. This one for about an hour, I was like, oh, I think I'm done. So I just closed. I closed that trade as a loss. And I literally closed at the worst possible point, and then it went to target. If I just left it, she did nothing. So there is a side of me that when because I'm a bit frustrated, I can feel I'm frustrated. That my London sessions, when I'm here, I'm pretty focused. Though that most of the time these trades are going well, it's my New York session that's normally really simple for me. I'm pretty frustrated with, so I'm just trying to take trades. I'm just leaving. I'm not trying to take myself out of the equation. So I left these ones with full intention not to look at them, with a stop loss that I wasn't going to think about. But now that it is actually running around 50-60 pips, now I do want to, the stingy part of me is now thinking, do I just secure what I've made so far and leave the pending order? And I would be happy to do that as well. Oh, we had interest rates today, by the way. We had Swiss interest rates. They cut. I think that's partly what could be causing all this US equities, especially Euro. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm asking your question. I've just been rambling, but now that it's like this one, I was fully expecting just to get in the trade and then maybe get in the better entry. But now because this one is running, I'm not sure if I'd want to take. I'm not sure if I want to see rejections from here. You know what I mean? So if price rejects from here and then comes down and starts breaking these swing lows, I'm not sure if I'd want to take this buy anymore. It was more if price rejected from here to go up. So actually I will remove that one now. Because what if price rejects from here and breaks this low, then we do have a little bit of change in structure. Like a little bit, like it hasn't broken the main supports, but it's broken a support that led to a new higher high. So what would be safer then is, if price really is going to go up to here, is just waiting for price to push back up here again and then taking the second break, and then it would be a scale-in opportunity rather than a buy from down here when you've got a swing higher low being broken. So, yeah, we'll see. I could remove the risk, because if it comes back down again after that pullback, then I probably don't want to be in this trade anyway. New Zealand yen is the same one that's running. With this one entered on the break above the Asian high, targeting here. This is where I'll scale out, and then I'm going to see if we can keep on pushing with this weakness. But I think this was a nice. This is a nice example where you've got an Asia high with volume breaking into this area. This is the same trade as what German did just now, but on a 30-minute time frame. You've got structure, you've got price pushing bullish. Once you've got a closure in structure, it makes sense to go to the top. So same thing as what happened here on the German on the 1 minutes. But price was bearish. Price was coming back up. Not bearish, but you know what I mean. It was pulling back. You got structure, and then once it closed inside structure, targeting that part of the move. Now it's safe. If it continues, beauty. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna have to scoot, guys. So I appreciate this as always. Any questions? Let me know. I'll see you tomorrow for a scalping session. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Hayden.
It does.
All right.
Cheers,
See
mate.
ya.